Hello, sir.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm finding my March calendar. There it is. Okay. Very well, very well. You're still wearing a sweater. Is it cold there?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it's
It's a little
pretty.
warmer today. I've got a long sleeve shirt on, but still it's a little bit warmer. So, Rezan, I wanted to tell you on Friday, my wife and I are going to Florida for a few days, and I'm going to have to change Bauer's lesson. And I'll either make it either Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll be here for yours and I'll be here for Barfin's, but Bauer's, I'm going to change the day. And I just wanted you to know ahead of time that I'm changing his date just this week. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Rain.
Okay, sir. So you can let him know that. All right. What can you tell me about school the last few days? How is it going?
Actually, it's good. Like, I've got sick, and I think you got
Oh,
sick a
no.
little bit too.
You think
Get
so?
well soon for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on the other hand, we have P on today. It's
Okay.
hard.
What did you do in
And
PE?
we played handball for
Okay.
35 no 1 minute. 65 minutes, and we have
Okay.
played football for 15 minutes.
Okay. You must be tired.
And yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And we have maths class, and at maths, we have calculated the functions, so it's not that much hard.
Okay. Okay. It's not that much hard, and you're pretty smart too, so that helps, I'm sure. Okay. All right. Last week, Rezan, we talked about these words. What do you remember about concise or concisely?
Um, Concise and concisely. Actually, I don't remember.
Now, remember that it has two meanings. When you're talking, it means short or to the point. So someone who explains something in a very short way is concise.
Okay.
Okay. Rezan, to tell you the truth, when you talk, you're sort of concise. You don't talk a whole lot. You know, some people talk like this, okay?
Yeah.
But not you. You are more concise. Concise also means correct and accurate. And remember we said, for example, in math class, you want to be concise. You want to get exactly the right answer. If you're
Okay.
close to the right answer, that's not right. You have to be exact. You have to be concise. Okay, now today's word, I really like this word. I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain it to you. So look at the word and think to yourself, how do you think you would spell this?
Benevolence.
How do you think you would say it? Say it, I should say.
Benevolence.
That's a good try. Put the emphasis right here. Benevolence, benevolence,
Benevolence. Okay.
benevolent, benevolent, benevolence. Okay. Now I'm going to take it apart in the chat for you. This word comes from Latin. In the bene in Latin means good. Now,
Oh.
can you think of other words in English that have bene in them that would be good things?
Mm,
Benefit,
oh.
beneficiary, benefactor, and all of those have to do with good and positive things. So bene is a very positive word. Now, the second part is also Latin. And you see what volent means?
Yeah.
So if you are a benevolent person, what do you suppose that would mean?
I think it could mean how could I say? Want something so much. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, you want things, but you want good for other people. You want to help other people. You wish to do good works in the world. So you are a generous person. So if you're ever called benevolent, this would be a really nice thing to be called because you're a good person who does good things. Now, I don't know that much about Islam, but I would guess in Islam that you are supposed to do good, like to help the poor and to help
Yeah.
elderly people, right? And that's part of the Christian faith too. Yesterday, when my wife and I went to church, we bought some cans of food to put in a box, and the church gives it out to the poor because we believe, like you would believe, that being benevolent and helping the poor is a good thing. Okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Okay,
So
Miss Rain.
I'm going to write it in the chat just so you have the record of it. It is an adjective. It comes from this word, which is the noun. Can you say the noun form? Can you say that?
Benevolence.
Right. Okay. So goodness, generosity, helpfulness, all of that would be benevolent. Rezan, do you know anybody that you would say that person is a benevolent person?
Mm, my family could be actually.
Okay. And what do they do that's benevolent?
Um, they help the people staff seen, like I would say the purse,
Okay.
and they help the like some mosques are like how could I say don't have enough money for how could I say painting and the other kinds of stuff, and helps for them either.
You know what that's called? Do you see this word?
On upkeep.
Upkeep. Upkeep would be like painting, cutting the grass, cleaning, things like that would be upkeep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. I keep wanting to call you Rizgar because I was just talking to your cousin Rizgar. Okay. So he also has lots of curly hair. So and I think since he arrived in Germany, I don't think he's cut his hair. So right now he's got lots of curly hair. So, all right, my friend, today we're going to learn a word with Rachel, and she's going to talk about two ways to say this word. And what she says, I agree with. That's how I would say it too. So let's look at this.
How do you pronounce this word? Is it epoch, epoch, epic? Actually, dictionaries list two pronunciations, and you'll hear plenty of examples of both, epoch and epoch. I prefer epoch. This is an extended period of time, usually characterized by a distinctive development or by a memorable series of events. For example, the invention of the internet marks a new epoch in human communication. How do you pronounce this word?
Okay. Now, Rezan, I wrote in the chat, that word is often pronounced epoch, and it means a period of time. Okay. So let me give an example for you as a Turkish person.
Okay.
Right? So that
Yeah.
was a period of time in Turkish history. It ended in, when did it end? 1922 or so,
Yeah, must be.
about there. And when did the Ottoman epoch begin? It began about, was it about 1500 or 1600?
Yes, actually.
Okay. And so that would be an epoch. It's a period of time known for a certain thing. And in this case, it was known for the Ottoman Empire. That was that epoch. Okay.
Okay, Miss Brain.
All right, my friend. Going to show you a famous place on Earth. I wonder if you know where this picture was taken.
I know this kind of umbrella thing. I don't
Okay.
remember the name and I don't remember the country.
You don't remember the country?
I don't. Italy or something?
This is the Sydney, Australia
Oh,
Opera House. So this is in Australia, okay? But I
okay.
want you to notice this. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that?
Planets.
Right, right, okay? So this one is the brightest. What is that?
1 minute. I have to see the name if it's correct. I don't remember that much right now. Venus or something?
Right, Venus, Venus. And Venus is the brightest because it's the closest to Earth. Of all the planets, Venus is the closest to Earth.
Yeah.
Now, any guess what this one, and this one are?
Smallest must be, let's see, like that. Mercury.
Good choice. The smallest one right here is Mars.
Oh,
And it looks small because it's a little bit further from us and it doesn't get as much sunlight as other planets. And the other
oh,
two are Jupiter and Saturn. So
oh.
we have Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. Why are they all in a row like that? Why does it look like a straight line?
I've heard that every 300 years, they have came one line.
Okay, okay. And also for you to remember this, now I don't have one right here with me. I'm going to use my cell phone. Remember that the solar system is not completely, but it's sort of
Yeah.
flat. And so if you have the sun in the center and the other planets spread out to the side, they do make sort of a line. Okay?
Okay.
Buddy, somebody is sleepy.
Yeah, kind of.
Now, right now it's almost 2 o'clock here, so it's almost, is it almost 10?
Yeah.
Oh, you're tired. That's why. Now, did you notice that next week your lessons start to come a little earlier?
Yeah, actually.
Because our time changes. So is my boy going to be more awake?
Yes, actually. I'm going to be.
Okay. I don't blame you. I know you've had a long day. And actually, you're my last class of the day, so I'm almost done for the day. So, all right, let's go on. So we've been reading about this idea that the Earth once have a ring, okay? And
Okay.
did that ring eventually fall down and crash into the surface of the Earth? And we're now at the point that we're looking at the results of this experiment, and we'll look at that picture in a minute. But the results section is very, very short. So this is Ordovician. Ordovician. Would you go ahead and read this?
Ordovician.
Okay, would you read the results?
Oh, okay. We found that the impact craters from the Ordovician period did follow a pattern. They weren't randomly disturbed around the world. They found that these craters were often found in clusters. Their craters were often found in areas that were around the middle of the Earth, nearer than equator.
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 Rezan, what is the equator?
It's the how The shield of Earth, I can say.
Okay. I actually have a globe right here. Okay. This is the equator.
Yeah. Oh,
It
okay.
divides the Earth into
I
north
forget it.
and south. Okay. So you in Turkey, are you northern or southern?
I'm on the northern.
Right. And so am I. So here's Ankara right here on the northern part, and me over here in Georgia. Here I am. So we're both in the northern part. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I've traveled, but I've never traveled south of the equator.
Oh,
The furthest south I've been to is I've been to Venezuela, but the northern
oh,
part of Venezuela. So I've never been to south of the equator before. So let's see what the world looked like at this time. Map of the impact craters formed during the Ordovician period. Scientific models suggest that these were the tectonic positions at that time. So you see most of the craters landed here, most of the craters were there, and just one of them way over here.
oh.
So they say that this makes them think that there must have been a ring because there were so many craters, so many meteorites that crashed in the same area. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, my friend. Remember that Brian is still having some problems with his memory and with thinking. Brian is very, very young. He shouldn't be confused and not knowing what's going on. Why is this happening to him?
He has crashed for 2 days and he hurt his head while landing in the lake.
Right. And he hit his head so hard that, first of all, he was dizzy. He's not dizzy anymore, but he's having trouble remembering. And so last time he started, who am I? My name
Yeah.
is Brian Robeson. I am 13 years old, and I am alone in the North Woods of Canada. All right, he thought, that's simple enough. So he remembers who he is, he remembers his age, and he remembers where he is. That's a start. He still has a lot that he needs to do, but at least he knows who he is. Now, how did he get there? Let's listen. Go ahead, Rezan.
I was flying to visit my father, and the plane crashed and sunk in the lake. They're keep in that way. Short thoughts. I don't know where I am, which doesn't mean much more to do the point. They don't know I am. They are meaning anybody who might be wanting to look for me, the soldiers.
So he doesn't know where in Canada is huge. He doesn't know where in Canada he is, but he's especially worried that the people who are looking for his plane, they don't know where it is either. They would look for him, look for the plane. His father and mother would be frantic, desperately looking for him. They would tear the world apart to find him. Brian had seen searches on the news, seen movies about lost planes. When a plane went down, they mounted extensive searches, and almost always they found the plane within a day or two. Pilots all filed flight planes a detailed plan for where and when they were going to fly, with all the courses explained. They would come. They would look for him. The searchers would get government planes and cover both sides of the flight plan filed by the pilot and search until they found him. So he's sure they're going to look for him. Go ahead.
Maybe even today. They might come today. This was this was the second day after the crash. No, brain formed. Was it the first day or second day? They had gone down in the afternoon, and he had spent the whole night out cold. So this was the first real day, but they could still come today. they would have started to search immediately when Brian's plane didn't arrive.
So he's thinking, they might arrive today. That would be great if they arrived to come and get me. Yeah, they would probably come today. Probably come here with amphibious planes, small bush planes with floats that could land right here on the lake and pick him up and take him home. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
It's a plane that can
Fly, like it can land on water.
exactly, very good. Which home? The father home or the mother home? He stopped the thinking. It didn't matter. Either on to his dad or back to his mother. Either way, he would probably be home by late night or early morning, home where he could sit down and eat a large, cheesy, juicy burger with tomatoes and double fries with ketchup and a thick chocolate shake.
And there come hunger. Brian rubbed his stomach. The hunger had been there, but something else, fear, pain had held it down. Now, with the through of
Thought, thought,
out
thought.
of the burger, the em- emptiness roared at him. He couldn't leave the hunger. He had never felt it this way. The lake water had filled his stomach but left it hungry, and now it dominated food, screamed for food.
So Raizan, when he's here thinking about getting home and having a hamburger and French fries and a milkshake, he probably shouldn't have thought about that because then suddenly he realizes, I am really, really hungry. And there was, he thought, absolutely nothing to eat. Nothing. What did they do in the movies when they got stranded like this? Oh, yes, the hero usually found some kind of plant that he knew was good to eat, and that took care of it. Just ate the plant until he was full, or used some kind of cute trap to catch an animal and cook it over a slick little fire, and pretty soon he had a full 8-course meal.
The trouble Brian thought looking around was that all he could see was grass and brush. There was nothing obvious to eat, and aside from about 1 million birds and their beaver had he hadn't seen animals to trap and cook. And even if he got one somehow, he didn't have any matches, so he couldn't have a fire. Nothing.
So he sees it's not like in the movies where someone, oh, here's a plant, I'll eat that. There's nothing. He couldn't find anything. It kept coming back to that. He had nothing. Well, almost nothing. As a matter of fact, he thought, I don't know what I've got or haven't got. Maybe I should try and figure out just how I stand. It will give me something to do, keep me from thinking of food until they come to find me.
Brian had once had an English teacher, a guy named Partridge, who was always talking about being positive, thinking positive, staying on the top of things. That's how Partridge had put it: stay positive and stay on top of things. Brian thought of him now, wondered how to stay positive and stay on top of this. All Partridge would say is that I have to get motivated. he was always telling kids to get motivated.
Okay, do you see what I put for motivated?
Yeah.
Okay, almost the same thing in both languages. Okay. Brian changed positions, was sitting on his knees. He reached into his pockets and took out everything he had and laid it on the grass in front of him. It was pitiful enough. A quarter, 3 dimes, a nickel, and 2 pennies. A fingernail clipper, a billfold with a $20 bill in case you get stranded at an airport in some small town and have to buy food, his mother had said, and some odd pieces of paper. Now, Rezan, you know what these are?
Yeah.
What are they?
Like money.
Right. A quarter is 25 cents, a dime is 10 cents, a nickel is 5 cents, and a penny is 1 penny, 1 cent. Do you know what a fingernail clipper is?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
To clip your fingernails, a $20 bill, and a couple pieces of paper. Does that sound useful?
No.
No, not at all. Not when you're out here. Okay.
And on his belt, somehow still there, the hatchet. His mother had given him he had forgotten it, and now reach around and look it out and put it in the grass. There was a touch of rush already forming on the cutting edge of the blade, and he rubbed it off with his thumb. That was it.
Rust, path.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was in the water. So that's all that he's got. He frowned. No, wait. If he was going to play the game, might as well play it right. Perpich would tell him to quit messing around. Get motivated. Look at all of it. Look at all of it, Robeson. He had on a pair of good tennis shoes, now almost dry, and socks, and jeans and underwear, and a thin leather belt, and a t-shirt with a windbreaker so torn it hung on him in tatters. So he also realizes he's got his clothes. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And watched. He had a digital watch still on his wrist, but it was broken from the crash. The little screen blank, and he took it off and almost threw it away, but stopped the hand motion and laid the watch on the grass with the rest of it. There was it.
Okay. So now that's everything. Everything he's got. Now, Rezan, you understand his watch got wet and broken. And so he took it off and he was about to throw it away and he stopped and he laid it on the ground next to the hatchet. So why would he keep a watch that doesn't work?
It had a battery, so when you put the negative and positive in one way, you can get fire.
You are a good thinker. Okay, that was good thinking. Okay, Rezan, get a good night's sleep.
Okay, Mr. Rain.
Okay, all right. So tell Bauer to check because I'm changing his time
Yeah.
just for this week, okay?
Okay, Mr. Rain.
All right. Good night, my friend. Have a good night's sleep.
Good
Bye-bye.
evening. It must be evening.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Rain.